Welcome again to Knowledge Area 4. You'll be with me, Alex Silas, again in this session. And I'm from the Faculty of Business Management under the Department of Leadership and Governance from the Open University of Tanzania. You're welcome. Today, we'll see in this Knowledge Area 4 some few issues. We are still in the course of performance management. This is the course that's very important and vital to managers and employees as general, and our students that we are teaching them and showing them how important is performance management, and this is a practical subject. So be with me to the end. In Knowledge Area 4, we'll discuss individual and team performance management roles. So keep in mind individual performance management, team performance management, or group performance management, and performance management roles. So in this section, we are going to dig deeper into performance management aspects pertaining to feedbacks, individuals and teams, and the HR and the roles of HR and managers. So let's commence with individual and team performance management. So in individual and team performance management, we'll stick now on improvement of this individual, of the team, or the group. So we'll commence with now improving individual performance. Improving individual performance. The University of Bath People and the Performance Model, Purcell and colleague, states that performance is a function of ability, motivation, opportunity. Three things involved in performance. Performance is the function. For performance to be seen, there must be three things to be seen inside the performance. That is ability, the capacity of the person, motivation, how the person has morale in performing that activity, and the opportunity within that activity. So when we plus this, we get performance. To improve performance, attention has to be paid to. In order to improve performance of the organization, performance of the individual, there must be a high attention upon it. Increasing ability by recruitment. People will want to join the organization. When you have ability, selection, choosing the right people, and learning and developing, people will want to enhance their knowledge and skills. That's something to note in the organization. Increasing ability by recruitment. So when you want now to improve the ability of the organization, we have to go back in the whole process of recruitment. People will want to join the organization. When we recruit good people, selection, choosing the right people, a right team of people, of the individuals, and learning, that's developing people. People will want to enhance their knowledge and skills. Increasing motivation by the provision of extrinsic and intrinsic rewards, both materialistic rewards, non-rewards. All this can improve the individual performance. Increasing opportunity by providing people with the opportunity to use, practice, and develop their skills. Much of what needs to be done to improve individual performance happens at the organization level. It is about developing a performance culture. It is about developing a performance culture, a total life of performing your activities or working in the organization. There must be a certain culture, providing leadership, creating the right working environment, and generally adapting to the bigger ideas as explained earlier in the last session that we have been discussing. It is necessary to create what Jack Reynolds by developing organization practices that lays commitments amongst employees and give employees a sense of purpose in the workplace, grant employees opportunities to act upon their commitment, and offer practical support to learning. At the individual level, improvement in performance can also be achieved through policies. These are guidelines in the organization. What should do's and don'ts and practices designed to increase learning by coaching, mentoring, and self-managed learning. All this can improve what we call the organization. Line managers play a pivot or vital role in this by encouraging discretionary learning and supporting it through coaching and mentoring. So, as line managers are the people who are the managers who are close to the productive group. Performance management provides a valuable platform for doing this. Performance management provides a valuable platform for doing this. That's performance management. Essentially, the approach covers 7 steps. 1. Select the goal. So when you want to make improvement on individuals' performance, select the goals. Establish priority areas for action. Define the expectations, that's the targets and standards. Define the performance measures, the basis upon which progress to achieving the goal can be monitored. Plan the improvement program. Acting. Now implement the improvement program. What we have planned, the goal selected, the expectations, the target, the standards. Define the performance measures. Plan the improvement program, and then act. That is, implement the improvement program. Then, when you implement this, you have to be monitoring it, review progress, and analyze the feedback to ensure the target or the standards is achieved. Extend the process, continue the development program as required. It is a continuous process. That's the whole process that performance provide. We have said performance management provides a valuable platform for doing this. As it has now 7 approaches, 7 steps in this approach. Managing underperformance. So sometimes we come to a problem that people are performing under the expected or the expectations. Now, how do we manage this from these individuals? Everyone's performance is improvable. That is very important that we have to note. Everyone's performance can be improved, and the step outlined above apply as much to high performance as to anyone else. Everyone, the steps that we have discussed above are very important to improve anyone performance. But special action may be required to deal with the people who do not meet the expectations. Managing underperformance is therefore a positive progress which is based on feedback throughout the year and looks forward to what can be done by individuals to overcome performance problems, and importantly, how managers can provide support and help to them. So let us see now these 5 basic steps to improve or to manage underperformers, those people who do not perform well in the organizations. Let's move together to these 5 basic steps required to manage underperformers. 1. Identify and agree the problem. So now, agreeing or accepting the problem or the mistake, it is the sense of maturity. We have to note that. So we identify and then we agree. When we agree the problem together, the manager and the employees, that's the sense of maturity. It is step 1 toward the improvement of underperformance. Analyze the feedback as far as possible. Obtain agreement from the individuals or what the shortfall has been. Feedback may be provided by managers, but it can, in a sense, be built into the job. That is step one. Step two is establish the reason for the shortfall. What made what makes this person to underperform? Let's see the reasons behind. When seeking the reasons for any shortfall, the manager should not crude be trying to attach the blame. So let no blame be to the person that underperforms. The aim should be for manager and the individual jointly to identify the facts that have contributed to the problems. What the fact has made this person to underperform? It is on the basis of this factual analysis that decisions can be made on what to do about it by the individual, the manager, or the two of them working together. Thus create the sense of ownership. We own the problem together. What they need to be determined is the extent to which the reason for problem is because is to the individual did not receive the adequate support. Sometimes now we can see the cause of this problem. This individual with their supervisors or the officers, he did not get the adequate support or guidance from his or her manager, did not fully understand what he or she was expected to do, could not do it, or the ability, the capacity to perform the work was little, could not do it. Just an attitude, total way of doing, of believing. He didn't believe in what he was doing, but not have the right skill. Those all are the questions that now we have to pause and see together. This is the second step, that identify the problem and agree the problem. The second step, that's the first. The second is identify the problem. Step three, decide and agree on the action required. Decide and agree on the action. So when we have identified the problem, we have seen the phosphorus, the reasons for performance. Now decide and agree on this action, or as required. And this now action may be taken by the individual, the manager, or both parties. This could include the individual taking steps to improve skills or change the behavior, the attitude, or performing the activity. The individual changing attitude, the challenge is that people will not change their attitude simply because they are told to do so. They have to accept it themselves. That's the secret behind it. So a manager needs some influence, positive influence toward the employees who underperforms the activities, so that they may sense that they have the need of improvement. That's very important to be taken. The manager providing more support or guidance, the manager and the individual working jointly to clarify expectations. Both the individual and the manager has not to work together. This is the step, very important step on improving individual performance. Number four is step four is resource the action. Resource the action. That what we have seen from the top to down here. Now we have agreed the problem, identified the problem, the reasons of the problems, the skills needed. Now we have now to resource to provide the means of this action, provide the coaching, training guidance, experience, or facilities required to enable the agreed action to happen. That's the step four. Step five is monitor and provide feedback. So when an individual goes back, now he has the right skills, the facilities, now monitor and provide the feedback. Both managers and individuals monitor performance, ensure that feedback is provided or obtained and analyzed, and agree on any further action that may be necessary. Now, above we have been discussing the individual performance management. Let's look now to team. As normally in the organization, people do work as individually, also We encourage people to work in teams. In the department, that's the team. So, but now we have to see how now do we improve the team performance or the group performance. What constitutes a team? Now we have to see what constitutes a team. What is inside the team? By definition, a team is distinguishable set of two or more people. So that's very interesting. Two or more people, that is a team. Interacting toward a common goal with specific laws and boundaries on tasks that are interdependent and that are completed within a large organization context. That is according to Salas and Dixon Covers 1992. Teams and performance management. Teams and performance management. Performance management offers an evidence-based methodology to guide performance measurement, strategic plans, feedback, and reinforcement in order to maximize effectiveness and efficiency at both the team and individual level without being mutually exclusive. Performance management also is the process that includes more than simply assessment, more than not just assessing them. Know that many of the issues are just included. It also includes some characteristics, first characteristics of motivation, situation, and environmental influences, measure design, feedback, and employee development. All of those we have to note in the performance management. Now, according to Armstrong, 2000, says or states that performance management is a comprehensive in terms of organizational culture. It does not rely on the culture assumption that managers are solely responsible for the performance of their teams. Instead, managers and team members share responsibility and are jointly accountable for the result. Both managers, teams, individuals are answerable and accountable for the result. Whichever result we get, we have to be accountable upon it. Let's see the fates. That's the characteristics or features of team performance management. Grossman 1998 suggests for organization effectiveness that easily translate 4 key capacities into a guide for performance management for a team. So there are 4 capacities, key capacities that can guide a team to perform well or have good outcomes. 1. Adaptive capacity. A team must have adaptive capacity, adapt to the situation. This refers to the ability of the team to maintain focus on the external environment. In this sense, the external environment includes clients who are within the same organization but outside of the team itself, and the influences completely external to the organization that impact the team's ability to meet goals. So a team must have adaptive capacity to adapt to the environment, to adapt to the situation, the external environment, the internal environment. That's the first key capacity for performance management for a team. So managers should create it. The second is leadership capacity. For a team to perform well, it has now to adapt to the situation, internal situation, external situation. Also, the other issue is leadership capacity, because a team is a compensation, complies more than one person. So we need a team leader. Leadership capacity refers to the ability of both the team leader and the individual members of the team to set direction for the team and its resources, and also guide activities to follow that direction. That is leadership. In other means, we say leadership is to make sure You bring out the best from people. You organize them well as a leader. So a leader should now have the capacity of involvement with the team. Leadership capacity is cultivated through attention to visioning, must have vision, establishing goals, directing, motivating, making decisions, and solving problems. That's leadership capacity. Leadership capacity is all about leadership problem solver, a problem solver. The other one is management capacity. Within a team, we must now have management capacity. Management capacity is the ability of the team to ensure effective and efficient use of its resources. Management capacity is accomplished through careful development, coordination of resources, including people, their time, their expertise, money, and the facilities. All the resources have to be managed well for a team to improve its performance and to maintain harmony within the team. The other one and the last is technical capacity. For a team to be monitored well and performance to be improved within the team, technical capacity within the team. And technical capacity is the ability to design and operate products and services to effectively and efficiently deliver services to customers. The nature of that technical capacity depends much on the particular type of products and the services provided by the team and the great organization. These four features or characteristics provide a framework to guide the performance management process in the team. So as a manager talking to you, as a student, as an employee, you have to keep in mind as you move to work in teams. It's very important to understand this, that as in team, we need adaptive capacity, we need leadership capacity, we need management capacity, we need technical capacity for a team to improve and perform positively. Those are the characteristics that guide performance management in teams. So, improving team performance. Now, how can we improve team performance? A performance management approach to team work can be used to improve team performance as described below here. Now, let us see now here. Setting objectives. Setting objectives, that is the first issue to be discovered. That if we need to improve a team, we must set objective, set a goal. Team objective can be concerned either with the achievement of work targets and the standards with the way in which the team operates. So now we have to set standards, expectations, targets. That's setting objectives of a team to know where we are moving to. The other issue, if we need to improve team performance, is work objectives. Work objectives for teams are formulated in the same way as individual objectives. They may be related to the mission and overall objective of the organization and the function, unity, or the department in which the team operates. That's something to note, work objective. Also, if we want to improve performance, team performance, we have to work plans. It is important for a team to get together to create plans. So when we create work plans together as a team, this creates the sense of ownership. All the individuals, all the people within the team, they have the sense of ownership of what we have planned, of which direction we have to move to. Work plans will specify program, staged as necessary, priorities, responsibilities, timetables, budgets, arrangements for monitoring, performance, feedbacks, and the whole in progress, or also deadlines of our activities that we have planned. The other one is team performance review. Team performance review meeting analyzes and assesses feedback and control information on their joint. achievement against objectives, and the work plans. So we have to review the progress of the team. We have to see, we have to evaluate. The agenda for such a meeting could be as follows. So we have not to have to sit together, see how we have been performing. One is general review of the progress of the team as a whole. So we have to review. We have also just how we have been behaving as a whole. And then the other one is work review. So within team performance review meeting, we need to adhere to these issues. General review of the progress of the team as a whole, work review the results obtained by the team and how well it has worked together, was efficient and effectiveness within the process, group problem solving. This involves analysis of the reasons for any major problems and agreement of the step to be taken to solve them or to avoid their recurrence or to occur again. The other one within that meeting or review, updating of the objectives and plans, review of the new requirement and the amendment and update of the objective and the work plans are very important in the team. When reviewing team performance review, when we are within the meeting, we have now to update our information. We had this and then we have these problems and then we moved like this and then we got these problems. We have now to review it. Very important. Now, let us see performance management roles. Performance management roles. So in this area, knowledge area 4, this also is very important. We have been discussing talking about individuals issues, team performance issues. So now we have to see performance management roles. Performance management roles. There are 4 groups of people whose commitment to performance management is crucial to its success. For performance to be successful in the organizations, there are 4 groups and every group has its own role. And every role in that group is vital and important for the success of the performance management. Even if other groups are active and then one of the group is not active, performance management roles or process can never be done well, can never be implemented, and it's very difficult to implement it. And these groups will start with the top managers. Top managers have the role to play in performance management. Top managers take the lead. That's leadership. Set the direction. That's vision. Act as role models and define and act upon the core values relating to performance. These are the symbol of the organization. In your organization, top managers has the direct impact upon the performance management process. It is the responsibility of top managers to develop a high performance culture. That is top management. Top managers has the responsibility. They have to be accountable. They have to be answerable upon this. The other group is line managers. Line managers are the managers who are closely to the group or to the productive group, that they are the supervisors of the group, as the research conducted by John Pass and his colleague led to the conclusion that frontline managers or leadership played as pivotal role in terms of implementing and in enacting HR policies and practices, since it is the frontline managers that brings policies into life. Policies are just guidelines, principles, guidelines that guide us and help us in the organization. So line managers are the one who brings policies or the principles to life. So if these line managers are not active, performance management becomes difficult to happen in the organization. That's the second group that involved in performance management. The other performance management roles falls under the role of employees. Roles of the employees. Every employee, these are the are important asset in the organizations. Employees. Every employees from the top to the bottom of the organization is subject to performance management, even if this is not necessarily a formal process, but employees are the performance of the lead activity of the organization that may bring out the output or the results of the organization. So the employee, they will participate in objective setting and discussing roles and competency requirements. They need to be briefed and often trained in all these activities. Employees, they have. So even employees, they have their roles to perform the roles as these employees are important asset in the organization. And the last one is the role of HR, the role of HR, the role of HR in performance management. The emergence of the business partner concept of HR led to a change in direction. HR is no longer laying the performance applies scheme. Instead, their role became that of encouraging and facilitating the sort of a performance management process. Now, see, more specifically, this HR in performance management, they train, they run training events and conduct surveys to evaluate the effectiveness of performance management. In essence, HR specialists exist to support performance management rather than to drive it. So are the one who monitor where we are, how we are performing, and what training is needed, and how do we organize the whole organizations, how do we coordinate the whole organization. This is the role of human resource officers in performing. Thank you for listening. That's the end, and thank you for participation. Welcome to the next session.